This is the tutorial on basic movement of the game. We use WASD and mouse controls. This is the item wheel. This is the in-game currency in the game. The objectives appear on the laptop and the tablet. Lesson objectives are displayed in the top right corner. This is the message system we used in the game. This is the cheese to access the next room. This is the chute to gain access to the basement. This is the DV board in the basement. This is the shop where the rat can buy miscellaneous or bulbs.
Throughout the game we use different educational aspects such as scaffolding and repetition. Scaffolding is used as it builds confidence in the player and his abilities. The player starts off with basic tasks and they slowly get harder. Repetition is used to jog the player's memory. We feel repetition is the best way to learn and remember. Okay, our user has now turned on the computer in order to access the tablet. Once he accesses the tablet, he opens the objective menu and he can now see his first objective to fix the bedside lamp. He approaches the lamp. Once he sees the lamp, he can see that he does not have the necessary bulb and he identifies that he needs a bulb. He runs down and goes into the basement to purchase the bulb needed.
Here we make use of a quaternion rotation to rotate the bulb and use vector 3 to move the bulb up and down. We make use of a bool variable to activate the animation of the hand by the arrow key press and vector 3 to move it down. Now as you can see, the user has received a message from Buddy stating that he must find him in the living room. The user now interacts with Buddy and Buddy tells him that he wants an energy drink. As you can see, the user now has received 5 blue cheese. The user now made a purchase for the energy drink and goes back down to Buddy to interact with him. After purchasing the energy drink, the user receives a message stating that he has purchased from the fridge. Upon completion of the quest, the user now receives a wire stripper and electrical tape for the next lesson. Here the movement of the wire stripper is dependent on mouse drag input. We control the sleeves of the wire and the wire strippers using vector 3. Upon completion of the wires, the user receives a message from Hunter stating that he must find him in the girl's room. The quest given from Hunter is a repetition of the previous lesson, which is the wires. Upon completion of the repetition quest, the user now receives a screwdriver, which the user will need in the next lesson. To connect the wires of the plug, we make use of mouse over to activate the wires measure and drag. And depending on the color in the indicator, we change the material of the wires accordingly. We use game tags to check the status of the wires if it's correct. After completing the 3-point plug and the TV works, the user will now be tasked to clean the yard, as after the part it was quite dirty. The user now receives a message from Buddy stating that he must find him in a bedroom as he needs urgent help. This quest will now be a repetition of lesson 1. After completing the quest, the user will now receive the golden cheese and a message from Hunter. Hunter now states that the user must find him in the cinema room. In order to open the door of the cinema room, the user needs 5 golden cheeses. To get Aquabob swimming again, the user will now need to complete a new lesson as well as a repeated lesson, which will be the wires. In the wall socket, we make use of vector 3 to move the face and back with the positions set in empty game objects. We use arrays to keep all the positions and screws, and one integer counter to progress the entire setup. After fixing the wall socket, scaffolding and repetition is now concluded.